is Knowledge Bowl on WREG News Channel 3. A test of education where local high school students can win college scholarships. Now, here's your host, meteorologist Jim Jaggers.
Good morning and welcome to Knowledge Bowl. We are now into round two of Knowledge Bowl, which means both of these teams playing this morning have played in round one. They're very fine teams, I can tell you that, because they both smoked their opponents in round one by about 200 points. From Arlington High School, our Tigers captain is Jennifer Tan, who's a senior, joined by Mia Palmer, a junior, Garrett Eanes, who's a sophomore, and Sarah Wong, who's a junior. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tigers of Arlington High School. From the Briarcrest Christian School, our Saints captain is Andrew Billions, joined by Reese Overby, Lindsey Morgan, and Samuel Strong. Ladies and gentlemen, the Saints of Briarcrest Christian School. We have with us a man of good form and good papers, our own Dr. Richard Rana, former Dean Emeritus of the University of Memphis, and also used to work for the Tiger basketball coaches highlight show. That was when, Doctor?
Back in the 70s into the 80s, I guess, when Dana Kirk was coach and
that's
Larry Finch. I had season tickets. In fact, this is the 50th anniversary of having my first season ticket.
And your role in that show was what now?
I would actually, during the game, take notes on what plays I thought we ought to have on the show, and then take them back and work with Professor G and the students at the university to put that together for the highlights for the show.
Absolutely. And you're still attending Tigers games to this day?
I am.
All right. We've got general knowledge questions. We've got some extra credit questions worth 25 points, team members and contestants. Our first question is on chemistry class. By what process is liquid charged with carbon dioxide? Go ahead, Reese.
Carbonation.
It is correct. Differentiating major cities, a gigantic statue of Christ and the Sugarloaf Mountain overlook which? Yes, go ahead, Mia.
Rio de Janeiro.
Which South American city? Rio de Janeiro is correct. Saying goodbye. If you say arrivederci, you are saying goodbye. Yes, Lindsay.
Italian.
In Italian, that is correct. Breaking barriers. What baseball Hall of Famer during his early days as a soldier was court-martialed for refusing to take a seat in the back of a U.S. Army bus? Go ahead, Reese.
Babe Ruth.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Mia.
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson is who we were looking for. Very good. Famous choir. When Franz Joseph Haydn was 8, he joined what world-famous singing group that as of 2021 is starting a girls' choir? That would be the Vienna Boys Choir. Final resting place, the Hotel des Invalides in Paris houses the tomb of what famous Frenchman who died in 1821 on the island of St. Helena? Go ahead, Mia.
Napoleon.
That is correct. Starting something new, the United Nations officially came into existence on October 24th of what year? Go ahead, Reese.
1949.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Sarah.
1948.
Actually, 45 would have been correct. May the force be with you. What is the fourth force, basic force, effective in the universe beyond gravitational force, the strong nuclear force, and the weak nuclear force? Go ahead, Mia.
Magnetic.
Doctor?
No.
We'll turn it over to Briarcrest. Go ahead, Andrew.
Electric.
Doctor? No, electromagnetic. It would have been the correct answer. You both had half of the correct answer. Insurance. What kind of insurance do physicians carry in case they're sued for negligent? Yes, go ahead, Samuel.
Malpractice.
That is correct. Of negligent treatment of a patient, malpractice insurance. Here's an extra credit question worth 25 points. It's going down. Base jumping is an activity that employs an initially packed parachute to jump from a fixed object. Name the 4 objects that are in the acronym BASE. I had trouble with this myself. Buildings, antennas, spans or bridges, and earth, meaning cliffs. Euphemisms. When you read in the Bible or in Shakespeare that somebody gave up the ghost, what does it mean? Yes, Mia?
They died.
They did die. Large desert. What geographical desert separates the Sahel from the Mediterranean coast? Go ahead, Andrew.
The Sahara.
Sahara Desert is correct. I want to be alone. This is a two-sentence question. This economic approach advocates minimum government intervention. The term laissez-faire is a French word for what? Yes, go ahead, Jennifer.
Laid back.
I'm sorry,
Laid back.
Doctor?
No.
We'll turn it over to Briar. Go ahead, Reese.
Free market.
Doctor? Free market.
No.
No. Let it be or leave alone is the phrase in French. Geometry. What is the maximum number of points of intersection between an ellipse and a line? Go ahead, Sarah.
2.
Is correct. A soldier and a boat. Which ship, named after a German national hero, go ahead, Garrett,
Bismarck.
was first name was Otto, sunk the HMS Hood. Bismarck is correct. Out of the storm, another two-sentence question. To avoid storms, airplanes will often fly in this relatively peaceful atmospheric layer that's just below the mesosphere. Name it. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Stratosphere.
I'm sorry?
Stratosphere.
Is correct. Very good. Good trouble. This civil rights activist became U.S. representative from Georgia from 1987 until his death. Go ahead, Mia.
John Lewis.
Is correct. His death in 2020. New word, two-sentence question. In 2022, the adjective that means full of life and excitement, or that refers to a film created by making a series of still images come to life, has been turned into an adverb simply by adding an adverb ending. Go ahead, Andrew.
Ly.
No, we'll finish the question now for Arlington. What word just hit the dictionaries this year? Go ahead, Jennifer.
Stop motion.
No, it's called animately. And I was unaware of this too, but it apparently just happened this year. Lose control. What is the term for the process of removing government controls from the market and increasing free trade? Go ahead, Lindsay.
Deregulation.
Is correct. Very good. Another extra credit question worth 25 points. If you want to see a great show, it's showtime, by the way, is the subject matter. If you want to see a great show, getting tickets using this company founded in Phoenix, Arizona, go ahead, Mia.
Ticketmaster.
Unless you're a fan of Taylor Swift, that would be correct. In Phoenix, Arizona in 1976, now based out of Los Angeles, could help you with that. Unless you want to go to Taylor Swift, would be Ticketmaster. We'll be back with our pop quiz in just a moment.
Smash and grabs.
They're professional roaches.
A crime with an alarming trend. Just how serious it's become. And the business is most likely to be a target. Monday on News Channel 3 at 10.
Consumer Alert is back. Watch every Wednesday to learn about great deals, product recalls, avoiding ripoffs, and much more. We'll protect you so you can put this back in your wallet.
Consumer Alert, Wednesdays on News Channel 3 Daybreak.
Well, we've got our scores fixed in case you detected any problems. We did as well, but we are down to the pop quiz. And Andrew, your team is not in the lead, so you get your choice of pop quiz subjects. Movie settings, name the city in which the following movies took place. An example would be La La Land, and the answer would be Los Angeles. The other is horror movie villains. Name the movie where the following horror villains appeared. Example would be Pinhead, and the movie would have been Hellraiser. And for some reason, I never saw that movie. I'm not sure why. What particular topic would you like, Andrew?
Movie settings.
Movie settings. Okay, so we've got 10 movies. You're going to give me 10 settings, and we are worth 10 points each for 100 points in 60 seconds until you get the first one wrong. You can pass once. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
You've got mail.
Pass.
A Moulin Rouge.
Paris.
Correct. The Firm.
Memphis.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Lost in Translation.
Pass.
Ocean's 11.
Las Vegas.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Philadelphia.
No, actually it was in Chicago, but you did get, I believe, 40 points. And we are on to Jennifer. Jennifer, you've got the horror movie villains, and you guys look like you know your villains. An example would be Pinhead, Hellraiser's the movie. We've got 10 villains, which I'll name for you. You'll give me the movie, and 10 points each, 100 points in 60 seconds. You ready, Jennifer?
Yes.
Good. Michael Myers.
Halloween. Halloween.
Yes, I'm sorry. Jason.
Friday the 13th.
Pennywise.
It.
Jigsaw.
Saw.
Norman Bates.
American Psycho.
How? American Psycho.
No, it's simply Psycho. But you did get 40 points as well, and we're going to take the time out to get to know our contestants a little bit better. From Arlington High School, our Tiger captain is Jennifer Tan, senior, into American history and browsing Wikipedia articles. What's the last Wikipedia article that you browsed, Jennifer?
I was looking at references to Hamlet in fiction.
Oh, okay, all right. Mia Palmer is a junior in the Princesses for Patience Club and playing the piano, and the Princesses for Patience Club is at...
It's with St. Jude.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Garrett Eanes, is that correct, Garrett?
Yes,
Did I
sir.
get it right this time?
Yes, sir.
Garrett's been tutoring me on his name and doing a very good job. He's a sophomore. He's into digital media and football. What type of digital? When you say digital media, what do you mean, Garrett?
Anything like news or anything like
Okay.
sports media,
All
stuff
right,
like that.
excellent. Sarah Wong is a junior and into cooking, scavenger hunting, and traveling. And the last place you traveled to, Sarah, is?
Probably New York City.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Our alternate is Cameron Allen, who's a junior into band and coming to Knowledge Bowl practices, which I enjoy too, but I'm just never invited. Cameron, what do you play in band?
French horn.
Okay, excellent. Our school coordinator is Joel Wilhite. Our principal is Shannon Abraham, ladies and gentlemen, the Tigers of Arlington High School. From Briarcrest Christian School, our captain is Andrew Billions, who's a senior, sings in the choir, plays 3 varsity sports, and likes to draw in his free time. What are the sports there, Andrew?
Golf, bowling, and track.
Excellent. Reese Overby, a senior, lighting design, bowling, and hanging out with friends and family. And when you're hanging out with friends and family, Reese, where do you hang?
My house, everybody's house.
Oh, okay. All right. Lindsay Morgan's a senior, National Merit Commended Scholar, tutor on any subject or any grade, love to bake. And what is your favorite grade to tutor, Lindsay?
I would say probably 8th grade.
Really? Okay. Samuel Strong is a senior, is serving as vice president of the BCHS Student Council, involved in your school's theater program, and a photographer in your free time. And your favorite photographic subject is?
Football.
Excellent. Lawrence Sheaf is a freshman and enjoys video games and swimming and hanging out with friends. Are you swimming competitively, Lawrence?
No, sir.
Okay. And what's your favorite video game?
Probably Overwatch right now.
Okay. School coordinator is Dr. LaWanda Sheaf and Jenny Manguno, and our principal is Eric Sullivan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Saints from Briarcrest Christian School will be back with more Knowledge Bowl right after this.
Thanks for watching News Channel 3's Knowledge Bowl, proudly awarding scholarships to students for over 30 years.
Well, very few questions left on the table. Well, we have this general knowledge question for you at this particular point in the game. Communism in the 1950s. It's a 2-sentence question. In the aftermath of North Korea's invasion of South Korea in 1950, the UN Security Council was able to pass resolutions providing for military response because the Soviet Union, which would have vetoed the resolutions, was absent from the session. They had boycotted the meeting because the UN would not recognize the communist government of what country? Go ahead, Samuel.
North Korea.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Mia.
Cuba.
No, actually, China. Exploring the solar system, this is a 3-sentence question. Apparently, I'm earning my paycheck this morning. The second of this series of space probes became the first craft to visit another planet when it flew by Venus in 1962. The 4th, 6th, 7th, and 9th of the series visited Mars. Name this series of probes whose plural form is a West Coast baseball team. Go ahead, Lindsay.
Apollo.
No, we'll turn it over to Jennifer.
Rover.
Actually, Mariner is the correct answer. And also unsolved mystery, every year since sometime in the 1930s until 2009, 3 roses and a half bottle of empty cognac were left at the Baltimore grave of what American mystery writer on his birthday, January 19th? Go ahead, Lindsay.
Edgar Allan Poe.
That is correct. One-celled movement. Amoebas use what temporary extensions to move or to surround and engulf food? Go ahead, Lindsay.
Cilia.
I'm sorry?
Cilia.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Mia.
Cilia fibers?
No.
No, they're called pseudopods. I was unaware of that myself. Difficult time and place, a 2-sentence question. Herbert Hoover is alluding to which place in the following quotation? It is our American synonym for the trial of human character through privation and suffering, and it is the symbol of triumph of American soul. If those few thousand men endured that long winter in Pennsylvania, what might we have to be, what right have we to have such little faith? Go ahead, Lindsay.
Valley Forge.
Is correct. Very good. Gold Rush. The discovery of gold in 1858 in the Rocky Mountains resulted in the mountain's name being linked with the ore bust in a slogan displayed on covered wagons. Go ahead, Mia.
Oregon.
No, we'll turn it over to Briarcrest. Go ahead, Andrew.
The Oregon Trail.
Actually, good guesses, but not correct. Pikes Peak is the correct answer. The most famous alumni. Both Presidents George W. Bush and Hillary Clinton are graduates of what prestigious university in New Haven, Connecticut? Go ahead, Sarah.
Yale.
Is correct. Right, not specifically mentioned. Name the fundamental liberty described by Louis Brandeis as the, quote, right to be let alone. Go ahead, Samuel.
Right to privacy.
Privacy is correct. Plant food. Tofu comes from what type of bean? Go ahead, Mia.
Soy.
Is correct. Extra credit question worth 25 points. Express yourself. In place of an emoji, name the sequence of images that has become popular on social media. Go ahead, Samuel.
GIF.
Or GIF, yes, that's correct. On social media to express an emotion, you are correct. The end. What is the cataclysmic battle between the forces of chaos and those of order in Norse mythology? Go ahead, Garrett.
Ragnarok.
And ending the world and killing most of the gods and their adversaries, leading to the birth of a new world. Ragnarok is correct. Thank you. Math problems, you'll need your pencils. Solving problems. How many real solutions exist for the following equation? 6x squared plus 13x minus 28. Go ahead, Reese.
2.
2 solutions is correct. Hit a home run, another 2-sentence question. The most retired number in Baseball American League is number 5, which has been retired by 5 different teams. Which number 5 player is the retired one from the New York Yankees? Mia?
Babe Ruth.
No, we'll turn it over to Briarcrest. Go ahead, Andrew.
Hank Aaron.
Actually, Joe DiMaggio. Nationalities, Arctic islands such as King William, Prince Charles, and Victoria belong to which nation? Go ahead, Andrew.
England.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Garrett.
Australia.
Actually, Canada. Pirate story, the black spot is the ominous summons that turns out to be Billy Bones' death sentence in what pirate tale by Robert Louis Stevenson? Go ahead, Jennifer.
Treasure Island?
Is correct. In what year was the Battle of the Alamo fought? Go ahead, Andrew.
1898.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Garrett.
1830.
Actually, 1836. Good guesses. Botany. The spores borne by an anther in a flowering plant are called what? Go ahead, Reese.
Pollen.
Is correct. Punctuation. The punctuation mark is used for intentional omission of a word or words that the reader... Yes, go ahead, Andrew.
Ellipsis.
Is correct. The reader will generally know. Getting help, another 2-sentence question. Psychologists help counsel people with different emotional and mental illnesses. Go ahead, Samuel.
Therapy.
No, we'll finish the question now for Arlington. What mental speciality deals with the diagnosis and treatment of mental illness and can provide medication? Go ahead, Jennifer.
Psychiatry?
Yes, psychiatry or psychiatrist, yes. Extra credit question worth 25 points. Who said that? Name the activist that said, quote, the future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Go ahead, Mia.
Gandhi.
No, we'll turn it over to Briarcrest. Go ahead, Reese.
FDR.
Actually, Malcolm X, and I do believe that is the end of this particular segment of Knowledge Bowl. We'll be back with the final exam right after this.
Thanks for watching News Channel 3's Knowledge Bowl, proudly awarding scholarships to students for over 30 years.
Wow, what a game. This is a tight one here on Knowledge Bowl. We have some readjustment on the score, just so that you, the viewer, understand that coaches are keeping score as well. If there's any discrepancies, we work those out during the commercial break, which is what we just did. We are on to our final exam. All current events questions. You teams are doing terrific. Good luck to both teams. Universal Pictures announced in November 2022 it was doing a biopic on what iconic rap artist? Go ahead, Garrett.
Tupac.
I'm sorry?
Tupac.
No, we'll turn it over to Briarcrest. Go ahead, Samuel.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg is correct. In November 2022, the United Kingdom and France signed an agreement to prevent what? That would be to illegal immigrants from crossing the English Channel. Name the internationally famous mural artist whose work has appeared. Go ahead, Mia.
Banksy.
On war-torn areas of Ukraine, Banksy is correct. In November 2022, thousands of demonstrators dubbed the white, quote, the white tidal wave, unquote, marched against the, quote, dismantling of public health care, unquote, in what European capital city? Go ahead, Andrew.
Paris.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Warsaw.
Actually, Madrid. Why did Georgia have to schedule another U.S. Senate election for December? Go ahead, Andrew.
No one broke 50% on the vote.
Yes.
Yes, that is correct. December 2022, none of the candidates received the majority of vote in the regular November election. Longtime journalist Judy Woodruff indicated in July 2022 that she would sign off at the end of 2022 as the evening news anchor for what television network? Go ahead, Lindsay.
Good Morning America.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Garrett.
CBS.
I'm sorry?
CBS.
Actually, PBS is the correct answer. In 2022, G20 meeting took place on what famous Indonesian vacation island of what? Go ahead, Samuel.
Maldives.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Mia.
Bali.
Bali is correct. On November 17th, 2022, what U.S. beverage company experienced worker strikes at over 100 of its stores? Go ahead, Samuel.
Pepsi.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Garrett.
Coca-Cola.
Actually, Starbucks. In November 2022, what great news did Memphis area artist Glorilla Charlie Musselwhite? Yes, go ahead, Mia.
A Grammy nomination.
They all received Grammy nominations. Yes, correct. In November 2022, new rules on leakage from oil and gas production included small wells that produce only 6% of the U.S. oil and gas, but release up to what percentage within 5% of the methane emissions? Go ahead, Andrew.
75%.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Mia.
25%.
50% is the correct answer. In 2023, what new team will be using the Simmons Bank Liberty Bowl? Go ahead, Andrew. No, I need an answer as soon as you hit the button. We're going to turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Mia.
Memphis football team.
Doctor?
No.
We're looking for the showboats is the answer we were looking for. In the last half of 2022, why were ships warned to avoid waters north of the U.S. Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas? Go ahead, Andrew.
Low water levels.
No, we'll turn it over to Arlington. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Tropical storms.
No, a possibility of a sea volcano eruption. What was unique about the crash of two airplanes at a November 2022 air show? Go ahead, Reese.
They hit each other.
No, that's not the answer we're looking for. We're Arlington and Garrett.
They're both World War II airplanes.
They were both World War II military airplanes. That's correct. In 2022, Dolly Parton was the recipient of the Jeff Bezos Courage and Civility Award, which carries with it a $100 million prize to do what with, Mia?
Donate to charity.
Yes.
Charities of her choice is correct. In November 2022, Prime Minister Aaron, we're going to have to hold that for another Knowledge Bowl. We'll be back to finish up right after this. Boy, that score really doesn't indicate how close this game was, and it happens so often here on Knowledge Bowl. But a couple of different answers, a couple of not ringing in so early.
Two
with
very sharp teams.
Very sharp teams did well. Our thanks to Briarcrest. You guys walk away with a $500 scholarship to the University of Memphis, and our thanks and congratulations. You did well. And Arlington, you guys go on to round 3, which is a $375 stipend or a $1,500 scholarship to the University of Memphis. Go all the way to the finals and win your $7,500 scholarship to the college or university of your choice. Two well-behaved teams, too. I love these kids. They did a great job. And next week on Knowledge Bowl?
We're going to have East STEM Academy against Center Hill.
Okay, and Center Hill was one of the finalists last year. Not the finalists, but they were in the semifinals, so they got a bye in the first round. So if you're smart enough, you'll watch Knowledge Bowl right here on News Channel 3 at 9 o'clock this coming Saturday.
Thanks for watching News Channel 3's Knowledge Bowl, proudly awarding scholarships to students for over 30 years.